Hey guys, I'd like to meet Jan and Laurie, and they're going to show us around their farm today in Cove, Oregon.
Hi guys, I'm Laurie. How you doing?
I'm Jan. Welcome. I'm Jan Mars, and this is Almosta Farm. We've been here for 3 years in December, and before that we were in Asheville, North Carolina with a micro-urban farm.
I'm Laurie Shields, and like Jan said, we've been here since the end of 2017, and in those 3 years we've done a lot of stuff here on the farm, including putting in 2 gardens, a chicken coop, a barn, goats, a pig, about 43 chickens, and a whole bunch of bees, about 80,000.
So we pride ourselves in our Nigerian dwarf goats, and so those are new to us since we've lived here, but we've done a lot of work to improve the quality of our herd. And so the Nigerian dwarf goats themselves are a big product that we have, as well as the raw milk that we sell.
And I would say one of my specialties here on the farm is I'm the handy person. I do a lot of things that need to be fixed or maintained. I take care of a lot of that because on farms always come chores. Jan does a lot of the barn chores. I do a lot of the more fix-up chores, that sort of thing.
I think one other thing that we're really trying to do is sustainable agriculture. And so we reuse the kind of the barn waste in our garden. We use surplus food for our chickens. We don't use any chemicals. We do everything organically and sustainably. I grew up on a little 10-acre farm in Western Oregon. But as an adult, I think one of the things that farming has taught me is just how important it is for kids to have access to dirt. As a farmer, we do a lot of work with kids to get their hands in the dirt, and I think it's critical to us that we continue that work.
It's really important to be able to grow your own food, to live and grow food you like, and grow food that tastes good.
We have a stand here where we sell, kind of preserved foods and bees products and milk when it's in season. We also have an Etsy site, so our website is www.almostafarmcove.com, and that will kind of introduce you to the products we have available and how to order online through Etsy if you choose to do that instead of picking them up at the farm.
Oh, and we do something super cool. Yeah, with picking up at the farm, we do self-serve because it's be on your best behavior, kind of trust. We trust everyone. So we have a self-serve. We have a refrigerator in our barn. That's where we keep our goat milk, our eggs, all of our products. And Jan's got a cash box set up in there, so she's got this process where people can just drive up to our barn. We have the driveway, as you guys see there. They can get their food, their produce, their jams, their jellies, their goat milk, their eggs, pay for it, be gone. It's really cool. We don't even have to talk to them if we don't want to, although we always kind of give them a little wave.
So there's a nest box inside of here that they can lay in, and then the eggs roll through over here. So where we're actually going to gather the eggs is here. So they just roll through and...
They just roll right through?
Yep. The biggest thing for us is our chickens are free range. And so we have an area where they're secured where there's no predators that can get them. But about noon every day we let them out and then they put themselves to bed. So commercial production, they actually live in a little cage inside of a building their entire life, and they have light 24 hours a day. As the days are getting shorter now, we don't add any supplemental light unless it's really cold. And then we'll put a light on that lets them get heated up. And so in the winter, our chickens won't lay very much because we want the chickens to live as naturally as possible. We started our chickens here with 6 rescue chickens. They had been raised in a factory farm, and they were 8 months old and were slotted to be recycled when they were going to be 16 months old. They were going to kill them because their egg production would drop off. And so when we got them and put them out in the ground, they didn't know to peck, they didn't know to look for food, they didn't know to get on a roost at night, which is their natural instinct. They didn't know to lay in a box. They'd never been off the ground. And so I think if there's one of them, that girl right there that's pecking is one of our original chickens, the one with the kind of white, the reddish with the white. And so she had to learn how to be a chicken at 8 months old here. And now she fights for her place on the roost, and she lays in the box, and she pecks for food. And that makes us different than a commercial egg. This is Darth Ager and Princess Leia egg. So Coco is about 1.5 years old, and we'll find out next week if she's pregnant or not. June is confirmed pregnant. She'll have babies in the middle of February. This is Grace, and she's got blue eyes, you'll see. So we'll find out again next week if she's going to have babies in the spring. And this is Ella, who won't quit nursing even though she's 8 months old. They have these scent glands behind their horns that make them stinky. And just to make sure that they're stinky enough to attract a female, they urinate all over their face all day long. They're just gross. And he's super friendly and super affectionate, so he wants to rub all over you as a person. But he just is disgusting. Hi, Stonewall. Hello. How are you, buddy? So this is Stonewall, and he's stinky as can be.
Oh yeah. You smell like a nice cheese.
Isn't he gross? I know, buddy. I know it. They'll be in the barn now. We can go get them set up to milk. Rosie, I guess, is going to come first. And she may or may not have any milk in her because her daughter was with her earlier today and took a little snack. Come on, baby. So we're going to start off with a machine, and that just replicates a baby nursing. We just have to make sure they're good and cleaned up. So just use hot soapy water and a baby wipe to finalize it.
To sterilize the other.
Okay. Exactly. She doesn't have a lot of milk because her baby nursed earlier, but she's got hopefully a little bit will come out of her. We might skip her and just bring June in. Busy with everything we got going on, and spring we're kidding, so the winter is kind of the season to do that. This is June Carter. She also had babies for the first time this year, so she's also a first freshener. And she's due to have babies February 11th, so she should be hitting early to mid-February. And that's a fun time to be here in March, April, and May when there's baby goats running around the barn in sweaters, and we can open the stall doors and let them run. You'll be able to secure it enough. Right. So I just put most of my hand on the udder, and then I start squeezing at the top and squeeze down, but you don't close off the end of the teat.
Right. Okay. Thank you, dear.
Good job. Most people don't get it the first time. That's a great job. And Penny's really patient. We've had probably, I don't know, 50 kids have milked her.
Yeah, she is very, very easy.
That's a great job. But it's also really slow, and so when we had 5 goats in milk most of the season, and it would have been too long for us, so we rely on the machine.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, well, there's the technique.
And she still has one more leg in her milk test, so we try to get as much milk out of her as we can. Good girl. You're a good girl. So something that 4th and 5th graders would probably want to know about goats is their rudiments. So they have, they chew their cud.
Right.
So the way you know if they're healthy is if they pass a lot of gas. So that's how you know if a goat's healthy. So I'm going to just look on that side of it. Come on, let's go. have your cookie. She's used to getting more brains, so she's thinking maybe there's more waiting for her. Yeah. Come here. Cheese making really is just about how do you separate the liquid from the solid proteins, and so it's kind of a controlled way to consolidate the proteins in the milk. So you're separating the liquid out and consolidating the proteins in the solids, or curds, which is a solid, and whey, which is a liquid.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Liquid
So-
from solid.
Exactly. So this is about a half a gallon or about a quart of milk. So you just need to pour it in here.
All right. Thank you.
And then we're going to slowly heat that up to 185 degrees.
And this is milk from your goats?
This is milk from our goats. Nigerian dwarf goats have a very high butter fat content. So our goats are averaging about 7.5% butter fat.
Wow.
So you don't have to have cream or anything, you just use the whole milk. And this is raw milk that was milked this morning.
Wow.
So after you stir it, then just go ahead and check the temperature and see where it's at.
We're reading 126 Fahrenheit.
Okay, good. So we want to get up to 185, and that'll be just about boiling for milk.
How did you learn to make cheese?
Just reading stuff online. I haven't made hard cheese that has to like sit for months and months yet, so I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
We make a lot of feta, a lot of halloumi, a lot of paneer,
Wow.
ricotta, mozzarella, and curds.
Making me hungry. 184, 185.
So let's go ahead and turn the temperature off, turn the heat off. I think I'll turn the other way. You got it on simmer.
There we go.
Okay. And then you're just going to measure a heaping tablespoon of vinegar, and like I said, you're going to diffuse it over that spoon that's slotted.
Try my best.
Can you hold the spoon?
That'd be great. One heaping tablespoon.
Yeah, perfect. Just one more little splash in there. Perfect. Okay, and then just give it one good stir.
Okay. Oh yeah, I can already
And it should already be curdy, kind of curdy.
starting to break
Okay,
up.
that's perfect.
Okay, so I've got my cheesecloth, which is just a loosely woven cotton sheet.
Exactly.
And I'm laying it into this strainer right here with holes in the bottom. And I'm gonna pour our cheese right in here.
Yep.
Just one single layer like that?
Exactly.
Okay.
And if you don't have cheesecloth, you can use a, what they call a bread towel. You can filter it through that as well. You can see the curds have started to separate out from the
Oh
whey.
yeah, I can see a little chunk starting to form. And let's pour that right in here. Ta-da!
Tie it together.
Where might you find a cheesecloth like this?
You could probably find it in town at Bella's.
Okay.
You might be able to find it at Walmart or Safeway. I don't know. We order ours online from New England cheesemakers. But like I said, you could use a bread towel, and you could definitely find those at Walmart or Bella's. And then we're just going to hang it here to facilitate drying a little bit faster, instead of having something on the bottom.
Got it.
So it'll just drain a little bit better for you. And then you'll have some actual ricotta to take when you're ready to go.
I'm excited to see it.
And you guys can drain it some more. So we used really fresh milk from today just because that's the only milk that I had. Generally you get a little bit better yield if it's a little bit older, and I don't know why that is.
Interesting. How long could you store that fresh milk in the fridge?
We always drink it within 7 days. The cheese itself, once you make it, will store a couple of weeks. And then if you think about the temperature that you raised this to, it's basically been pasteurized by raising it to the temperature that you did.
Right.
So, all right, what do you think? Does that look like a consistency you guys can use?
Oh, that looks beautiful.
how to make skillet lasagna. We're going to use ricotta cheese like we learned how to make at the farm.